Hello, sir. It's a pleasure meeting with you here
Hi,
today.
good evening.
I have with me Mr. Ganesh from AppViewX. So, sir, I wanted to understand from your end, what are the typical issues that companies face when it comes to, identity management and access management for, their organization?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful question, right? Today, I think it's like identity has been there for more than 2 decades now, and typically all these days we are talking more about human identities. But now there is a big shift from human identities to a machine identity, because you talk about any devices, any kind of an application, any kind of workloads, right? Containers, they do have a very definitely they have a digital certificates today. So or identities there, like, and the identity is lying everywhere. But now that becomes a major problem is like when I'm having a username and password, right? Like I have a method by which I can go and reset my password. I can rotate my password, or sometimes the applications prompt you to go and change your password periodically. This is something which we hear. But when the machines are interacting, like who's going to be a manual intervention for to go and do the change like periodically? So most of the time what happens is like as a general thing, it becomes unattended. So you deploy it and then you don't change it for a period of time. So that becomes an important aspect, like which becomes a threat vector, because when something is not changed for a period of time, right, it is obviously an vector for somebody to attack on that particular identity, whatever you are using it. So the one of the major problem challenges like what organization faces, like how you bring in visibility of all these identities first thing, and also something around like how do you do an automation and do a remediation of those like in a periodical manner rather than any manual intervention. So that is a bigger problem statement many organization face today, right? Like that is something I will try to put this in a 4 stage. Basically, the visibility becomes the first important aspect. The second becomes the automation, and the third one becomes the compliance and control. Basically, you have to work with a lot of compliances, guidelines, and all those things. And the last part is like the agility part. Basically, as agility, why I call it as an agility, like whenever there is a market dynamics happening, how we as an organization are prepared for that kind of a change vector. So because like every time we can't say that like I need a 5 year or 7 year or 10 year kind of a timeline to do a major change. So you need to be prepared and you have to be agile, right? These are the 4 things I think we have to keep from any organization standpoint for them to be prepared for this kind of change side, right?
Definitely, definitely, sir. And what is your opinion? Like, how has your experience also been at CSA Bangalore chapter? Especially when you get to, meet different peers and different leaders in the cybersecurity industry.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 years since I think we are also traveling very closely with CSA, and we definitely get to see a lot of people from different industry verticals and different views and different problem statements. So we definitely get to learn. It is like I think it's a mutual learning which we take as part of the event, right? Like as every event, like last year and this year I could see say, and this year I think it's